Hey, yo, one of the most uncomfortable assignments you could ever go on are those assignments where a person is in a staircase, whether narrow, whether wide, but this person is unable to move and they're stuck on the stairs. If you want to know what to do and how to do under these circumstances, stay tuned to this video. I just had a recent one. Check it out. I got you. So we get called. Think about it like this, man. The weather's getting warm. You're running around the South Bronx. You're running around the North Bronx, the entire Bronx, the whole night. And then all of a sudden you get called for a 17-year-old with chest pain. You already know it's most likely an anxiety attack, a panic attack. But when we got there, it was total opposite of what we expected. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because this job is dynamic. 9 out of 10 jobs are bullshit. These people just want a cab ride to the hospital, but you get that one call when the people really need you. And this is one of those instances where this young lady really needed us. She did have chest pain, and that chest pain made her want to go down the stairs and notify her mother. But on her way down the stairs, she tripped, she fell, and broke her leg. Completely deformed. As soon as I walked in, I was like, you got a fracture. There's definitely, your leg is broken, and that pain is obvious that you're having an issue right now. And guess what? Immediately I knew I had to give her a narcotic medication. Immediately I knew I had to give her something to deal with the pain. And if you know anything about me, you don't get it just because I could doesn't mean I should. You need to earn it. And this girl immediately made me realize that she needed it. She definitely needed it. And what did we do? And how did we do it? I noticed that every single inch that she moved, she was in pain. Hysterical pain. I noticed that every little thing that we tried to do to help her, it made things worse for her because she was so sensitive because of the fracture and her lack of capacity to deal with the stress, which was totally justifiable. So what did we do? We started a line. We got the scoop stretcher, then realized the scoop stretcher may not have been a good idea. We got the longboard, we got the stair chair, trying to figure out what was the best way because her foot was wedged against the wall in the staircase and it wasn't budging because it was too sensitive to move. This is what we ended up doing. Me and my partner realized that we would need more people to help us. We called for BLS backup. We increased communication. We delegated responsibilities, and also we gave report to the EMTs. Something that I like to do is if I have to call BLS for patient care, for backup, I present the patient to them as if they were their nurse, as if they are the doctor. The same way, vitals, current condition, how we found her, and what we've done, and what the results of our interventions have been, out of respect, because BLS before ALS, all day, every day. And these is your co-workers. You gotta respect them. So if you're a paramedic, make sure you respect the BLS. And BLS, real quick, don't let paramedics disrespect you. Yeah, all EMTs, we're all EMTs. I'm a fucking medical doctor, and I'm still on the ambulance respecting all my co-workers. I got love for y'all, hence the creation of this YouTube channel. But anyway, she was 5 steps down the staircase. So as soon as we started figuring out that the scoop stretcher would be best for her, Instead of putting her on the scoop stretcher mid staircase, instead of rattling her anymore, what we ended up doing was starting an IV, giving her something to be able to deal with the pain. After it started working, the next thing we did was brung her up to the second flight, up the 5 steps. Instead of bringing her down the next 10 steps, we brought her up to 5, used the landing from the second floor, took our time, put the splints, tied the cravats, checked for PMS before and after, reassessed her vitals, assured her that everything was good. We respected her modesty. We covered her up. We had a BLS EMT, a female EMT with us. It was an awesome assignment where we saw what it was to be able to communicate. We saw what it was to be able to delegate and treat the patient as patient advocates. So if you ever have an assignment where you are in a staircase, call for backup. Give a patient medication if necessary. And after you do that, make sure there's open communication, transparent communication. There's calmness, because it's already an uncomfortable situation. I had one guy, they called us around 4 in the morning. A big guy fell down the steps. He was drunk, on blood thinners, hit his head, and he was bleeding profusely. What do? They said he syncopized. They said he was complaining about chest pain. He was bleeding profusely from his head because of the vascularity of the head. He was having a hard time breathing, and he was unconscious. So many things to deal with. What do? Do we put a C-collar? Do we give oxygen? Do we do an EKG? Do we start a line? What do? Here's the answer. You become an octopus. You do things while your partner does things, and you start with the BLS maneuvers and work your way on to the ALS maneuvers. And how do you do that? 1, first and foremost, the prerequisite to be good at this job is actually giving a fuck about the people you're helping. 2, open up a line of communication. Communicate with your partner. Communicate with the bystanders. Communicate for the betterment of this person. Delegate responsibilities to those that appear to be able to handle them. And last but not least, be patient advocates. This is how you deal with stair jobs, not stair chair jobs. Patients that you find in the middle of the stairs. And last but not least, you need to be healthy. You need to be functional. You need to be able to move your body and pick yourself up if you were to be able to fall, if you happen to fall down, before you think about picking up somebody else that fell down. Our job is selfless, and it's commendable. But before you're being good at being selfless, you need to be good at being selfish. Prioritize your personal development. Because way too often, I see EMTs, I see paramedics huffing and puffing after carrying an O2 tank up 1 flight of stairs. I hope this helps. Peace.